Have you ever had one of those days where it just seems like everything is off? Ideas, gone. Motivation, missing. At some point, it hits you, maybe I just need a break. But here's the thing. What if that break isn't just nice to have, but an absolute must have for your business to continue to see success? Today, I'm talking about how self-care isn't just a way to recharge, but a key part of boosting your business. So before you write off another off day, stick with me. You might just find that boost that you didn't know that you needed. So often we think of self-care as something that we should do, but we don't always realize how each aspect of it directly impacts our business. So today we're going to talk through the 4 pillars of self-care as I speak about them. So emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual. And I'll share how both big actions and micro moments with you within each pillar can help you to grow as an entrepreneur. So let's start with emotional self-care. Emotional self-care is all about processing and embracing and even nurturing your feelings. So for many of us, running a business can bring doubt, frustration, sometimes feelings of imposter syndrome, all sorts of heavy emotions. You may remember from my previous videos, like the one titled Why Your Home-Based Business is Stuck Despite all those courses, that our mindset often gets in the way of our growth. So tending to your emotions helps you to get clear on what's holding you back, and it allows you to show up for your business from a place of empowerment. I remember when I was in my coaching certification program and I was sharing a frustration around a wood project that I was working on not coming out correctly the first time. I was so annoyed at the mistakes and had a whole story about what it meant, how long it was going to take me to complete it, and what that meant about my skill level. But I was even more frustrated at the feeling of frustration. I mean to say that I didn't want to feel the negative emotions. I just wanted to get back to my happy place. Research shows that avoiding emotions, especially the uncomfortable ones, can actually intensify them. So when we suppress feelings like frustration, we're not making them disappear. We're stuffing them way deep down inside, but they still exist there and they're still doing things under the surface. They build up and then eventually at some point they do spill over into ways that it can affect our work. To add to that, studies find that emotional suppression is actually linked to increased stress and reduced cognitive function. In other words, avoiding those feelings doesn't just make us more stressed, it can literally cloud our thinking and make it harder to perform at our best. Allowing ourselves to feel the emotions, even the ones we'd rather skip, creates a healthier relationship with those emotions. So when we acknowledge and process these feelings, we reduce their intensity and we give ourselves the space to move forward with a clearer picture and a sense of calm. So instead of pushing frustration aside, recognize it, understand where it's coming from, and let yourself move through it. That emotional clarity is going to help you make smarter business decisions, and it's going to help you to stay resilient and show up from a place of empowerment. So when you take the time to process, you're not just nurturing your person, you're also strengthening your business mindset. So here's the big action you can take around this. Schedule regular reflection times. So maybe it's a journaling session every Sunday or monthly check-ins with a therapist or a coach, or more often, if that makes sense for you. And then this will give you the time to process your bigger emotions and release whatever's been weighing you down. Those things which can keep you grounded and resilient in business. Micro moment you can take with you is to take a 5-minute pause during your day to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Is something triggering you? Just recognizing and labeling emotions reduces their intensity, and it frees up your mental space to do whatever is next on your to-do list. I know you have one. Okay, let's cover mental self-care next. It's about protecting your mental space by setting boundaries and intentionally nourishing your mind. So if we think about it, without clear boundaries, we are leaving ourselves open to constant interruptions, way too many demands, and the pressure to be on all the time. You might remember in some of my videos on boundary setting where we talked about how establishing limits can be life-changing. That wasn't fluff. Research backs this. Studies show that individuals who set and maintain healthy boundaries experience lower levels of stress. Thank you. And higher productivity. Thank you again. So in business context, boundaries aren't just nice to have, they're essential for staying focused on what you need to be focused on and energized. Here's where things get especially challenging for those of us who run a business from home. When your work and your personal life share the same space, the lines can blur really quickly. It's super easy to answer just one more email during family time or let a client call interrupt your evening. Hit the like button if that sounds familiar. Without a clear separation, our business hours can end up stretching into every corner of our day, drains our energy and totally jacks with our focus. So the home environment naturally brings its own distractions, kids, household tasks, even that laundry pile that we don't necessarily want to do, but kind of know we have to, making boundary setting even more crucial in these situations. So this is why setting and maintaining strong boundaries isn't just a helpful practice. It's another key element to sustaining your business growth. Boundaries allow us to protect our mental energy and to create the distinction between work time and home life and the personal things that we've got going. When we honor those boundaries, we are giving ourselves the chance to fully recharge, focus more deeply during our business hours, and to be fully present in our personal lives and with our families. The result is more productivity, fewer feelings of burnout, and a much clearer sense of fulfillment in both business and life. So when we let go of the guilt around saying no and embrace boundaries, we create more mental space for the creative and strategic thinking that grows our business. It's like setting up a fence around your mind that can thrive without constant disruption. We get to decide what comes into that fence and when. Nourishing your mind also includes activities like reading, learning, giving yourself breaks to recharge. When we take time to engage in these things, these mental self-care items, we're protecting our energy. You're getting new perspectives and you're building resilience. With clear boundaries and a well-nourished mind, you'll be better equipped to make powerful decisions and lead your business from a place of strength, not burnout. So here's a big action step. Block out an hour or so to spend some time writing out your boundaries. I'm talking get a pen and a piece of paper and write down all of the areas in your life where you'd like to set these boundaries. Don't forget to include not only the things that impact you mentally and emotionally, but even including your physical space and your time. I know from experience that boundary setting is difficult. I know, I get that. I promise I do. But even if you have success in part of where you write this down, implementing and maintaining can really mess with the mind. So if you want some support around this, drop a comment and let me know, or feel welcome to email me for guidance. Okay, what's a micro moment that you can take? Take a quick break between tasks, maybe even just a minute or two, to breathe deeply, clear your mind, refocus. Simple breathing or grounding techniques can refresh your mind in the middle of your workday, and it allows you to continue your day thinking more clearly about what's next. I have a lot of videos on these topics too, so be sure to check those out. Physical self-care is next. So physical self-care often takes the back seat, even though it's the type of self-care that is most often associated with self-care, especially for those of us juggling family, business responsibilities, all the things. But the truth is, taking care of your body can give you the energy and the stamina that you need to perform at your best. I've talked about it in past videos. So creating micro moments of self-care. Physical self-care doesn't mean overhauling your lifestyle. It's about making choices that help you feel strong and energized all throughout your day. Big action step you can take here is to commit to consistent movement, even if it's just a 20 or 30 minute, a couple times a week, physical exercise. It has amazing ability to boost your mood, boost your energy, boost your cognitive function, so you're going to be sharper and more focused during your work hours. I do some of my absolute best thinking when I'm on my daily walks. A micro moment is to try a 2-minute stretch between tasks or take a quick walk around your home or your office to keep circulation flowing. So these small movements can refresh your body and reduce tension and reset your focus, so you're not just carrying tension from task to task with you. Feel free to move your body in weird ways. Nobody's watching. Who cares? Shake it out. Last but certainly absolutely not least is your spiritual self-care. So this aspect of self-care is all about connecting with something greater than yourself and finding meaning in your journey. So spiritual self-care might look different for everyone. It could involve meditation, journaling, spending time in nature, or practicing gratitude. For some, it's deeply personal practice, and for others, it's about connecting with community or a purpose that resonates with them. As business owners, it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day hustle and lose sight of why we started. Spiritual self-care brings us back to that why. It anchors us in our values and helps us to make our decisions from a more aligned place of what truly matters to us. So when we tap into spiritual self-care, we are feeding a deeper part of ourselves that fuels our passion. It keeps us grounded during challenging times, and it allows us to lead from a place of purpose. A big action that you can take here is something like a personal retreat or just a reflection day. So if you set aside a whole day or even a half day for a personal retreat, this could be a few hours of peaceful outdoor setting or a quiet space in your home, or even dedicated visit to a place that inspires you. You use use this time for guided reflection. You get to think deeply about your business goals and your personal goals and why they matter to you and how they align with your values. So you might journal on questions like, how is my work impacting others? Or what purpose is my business fulfilling? This can reconnect you with that bigger why that I just talked about behind what you do and why you started this. It can give you a renewed sense of purpose. Here's your micro moment: daily gratitude practice. You take just a couple of minutes at the start of, or the end for that matter, of each day, and you jot down a few things that you're grateful for in your business and then every area of your life. It could be as simple as the flexibility that your business provides in your schedule. This daily habit of gratitude reinforces positive energy, and it shifts your mindset to recognize the meaningful aspects of your work. It keeps you grounded and connected to your purpose, even on those days that are super busy. So how does all of this boost your business? When you take time for your self-care, you're not just giving back to yourself. You are actually enhancing your productivity and your creativity and your resilience. By nurturing these 4 areas, you're developing the best version of yourself. You're confident, you're energized, you're fully present to make the best decisions, and you're connecting better with clients and more strategically. So imagine starting each workday with a clear mind, a calm emotional state, physical energy, and a sense of connection with those around you. That is the power of self-care. It directly impacts your business by keeping you aligned with your vision and capable of bringing your best self to every client interaction and to every project you engage in. Are you ready to try it out? This week, I challenge you to add just one big self-care action from each of the categories and one micro moment from each of those pillars into your routine. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just give it a go. And if you're up for it, drop a comment below sharing which self-care practice you're adding to your week. I'm also linking my self-care playlist here.